Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you follow me on social media, Instagram, then you would have found out that I am pregnant. Woohoo! So I am currently 17 weeks. I'm very excited. So this video is going to be about everything that I went through my first trimester. So let's get started. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone because I had some notes on my phone. So I found out that I was pregnant November 15th. That was the exact day that my next period was due, and I did not receive it. I'm very regular, so when I didn't get that period, I knew that something was very wrong. So obviously that same day I'm so anxious. So I'm such an anxious person. I couldn't wait. I know some people might have waited a day or two, or maybe 3, or maybe even a week, but not me. Soon as I seen I didn't get that period, I took the test. That day, November 15th, I found out that I was pregnant. Clearly, I took 2 tests. Both obviously came out positive. What's going through my mind? I don't know. I was in shock. I was very much in shock because obviously I wasn't planning to get pregnant, but I did. And yeah, I was just really in shock. I was in disbelief. Because I was in such shock, because my boyfriend wasn't here at the time when I took the test, because I didn't really want to get him involved if it was a negative test. So I wanted to first find out, and then from there we'll know what it was. But I did mention to him like I think I felt like something was off. Like I wasn't really feeling super sick or anything, but I just felt different. I don't know how else to explain it, but yeah. So that's the story behind that. I texted him, I sent him the 2 tests, and the rest is history. And now I'm 17 weeks. And so as far as my first trimester goes, I didn't really experience a lot of nausea. I know some people get really sick. I was very fortunate and lucky. The only time I got sick was when I needed to eat. So anytime, and that's still to this point on, anytime when I don't eat for maybe, I don't know, 2 hours or so, I start to feel nauseous. And yeah, so I was lucky with that. I didn't really have any heavy nausea, no vomiting really. I only vomited twice. Once was from Taco Bell, and the second one was from, it was something similar to Taco Bell. Like it wasn't specifically Taco Bell, but some like sort of burrito thing. So now I'm definitely staying away from those. But other than that, I've had smooth sailing in the nausea department. I mean, obviously feeling nausea when you don't eat is pretty irritating, but compared to what I've heard from other women, I'm happy that that's all I'm experiencing. The next day is that I am very irritable. So I noticed that I just have very short patience, or if I have to say something, I just say it. Like it's definitely taken the sugar coating out of me. Like obviously I'm still conscious about people's feelings, but I'm a lot more blunt now, if that makes sense, which is really funny because anyone who knows me knows that I really try to tread lightly when speaking to people. I try to be very conscious of how I'm speaking to people, but as far as my boyfriend, my family, and my friends, I've been pretty blunt, and I'm very easily irritated, which is hilarious because that's totally different from how I am normally. Another thing during the first trimester, I was extremely thirsty. Like no matter how much I drank, no matter how much water I drank, I just couldn't quench that thirst. Like it was so strange. Like literally I was drinking bottles and bottles of water every day, and I still felt this extreme thirst. It was so hilarious. Another thing, sore breasts. The sore breast is real. I'm already like a heavy chested girl, so obviously with pregnancy your chest gets larger, so I was extremely sore during my first trimester. My breast was extremely sore. It was hard to lay down, so that was pretty annoying. And on top of that, I could not sleep. So add on the pain of breast being sore, add on the constant drinking water, which leads to constantly have to use the bathroom. I just was not able to sleep at all. When I turned 8 weeks, because when I found out I was pregnant, I was about a little bit over 4 weeks, so right at that mark what generally women find out. So I guess you could say I found out pretty early. When I got to 8 weeks, I started to feel like, this is when I started to feel really tired, like completely sluggish. When I first found out, I was like, oh, you know, even though I wasn't sleeping and everything, I was like, this is not that bad. But obviously I spoke too soon. 8 weeks came a month later and I was extremely exhausted. I didn't have an appetite really. Meat was a turn off. So it's just really funny to see yourself go through these different changes from a couple of weeks to the next. So yes, I was completely turned off by meat. And like, I'm not vegan or vegetarian or anything. I eat meat a good amount. Like, I eat meat pretty daily. But literally, like, I could look at a piece of chicken and be totally turned off. Even now, like, I'm so weird about chicken. Like, I used to really love Popeyes, even though I shouldn't be eating that now. But now I can't even eat like a Popeyes piece of chicken. Like, the bones and everything, just the veins and everything's just such a turn off. So if I do even eat something like that, it has to be boneless. Like, so stuff like that, like bones and just the flesh of the meat, it's just very weird for me. So I'm very particular now about specifically chicken, the chicken that I eat. But in my first trimester, I wasn't eating really any meat at all because meat was just a total turn off. Another thing was my skin became extremely dry. Now, I already suffer from eczema, so I already have dry skin, and obviously it's the winter time, so obviously that's gonna make your skin more dry. But my skin has never been this dry. Like, no matter how much lotion, no matter how much moisturizer I was putting, I just felt like my skin was not getting enough moisture, and if you don't get enough moisture, that could lead to itching. So that was a bit irritating. So I'm still trying to combat that and try to figure out good moisturizers and things that I can use throughout my pregnancy, just so that I don't have to suffer that much with this dry skin problem. So that was a real big issue for me as far as the first trimester. Another thing is I was also very bloated. I was bloated when I didn't eat. I was bloated when I did eat. It was just a lot of bloating. It was very weird. Because even though I am pregnant, it made me look more pregnant than I was because I was constantly bloated. And I found that super hilarious because people will sometimes ask, are you pregnant? And it was just bloating. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm at the point where I'm not telling people, so I would say no, but it's just like, bloating, go away. At 9 weeks, I started to notice my stomach like my upper stomach started to stick out a bit. Yeah, I just started to notice that my stomach started to grow. That's basically what I started to notice. I started to see my body transform, which was super exciting for me. I'm a very small girl, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna carry as a pregnant woman, but I am really small, so I'm not really expecting to be huge. You never know, maybe I would. This is my first child, so I really don't know what to expect. But 9 weeks, I started to see like my upper stomach stick out a bit, which was really nice. What else? As far as my pregnancy, things that helped me. Alright, so I started to drink a lot of ginger ale. Ginger ale was like really, especially for all that bloating and gas. I just was constantly feeling uncomfortable, so I was drinking a lot of ginger ale. Now I don't really drink ginger ale as much. My new thing is apple juice. I drink a lot of apple juice, but I also still drink a good amount of water. Obviously, water is the best thing to go for when you're pregnant because it's just great for everything, for your baby, for your skin, everything. So obviously water should be your first option, but for some reason in my first trimester, water was kind of making me sick. I don't know, let me know down below if you were pregnant or is pregnant and water is making you sick. So even though I was drinking a lot of water because I was really thirsty, but like certain occasions if I was drinking water on an empty stomach, it was just really making me really sick. So that's why I turned to ginger ale also for the bloating. So ginger ale really was my savior. Another thing that I used a lot during my pregnancy, during my first trimester pregnancy, is these little ginger candies, and they're called Gingins, ginger candy. And I looked it up and it said that I read that ginger is really good for nausea. These things were really a lifesaver. I would highly recommend them. I keep a couple in my bag, a couple in my pocket, basically a couple everywhere. Anytime I'm feeling really sick or was feeling sick, I still use these now. I just pop one in my mouth and it really helps. Like almost instantly my nausea goes away. So I really love these. As far as food, as I said before, I wasn't really eating a lot of meat. I didn't have much of an appetite, so I was eating a lot of fruit, a lot of strawberries. Like I was making a lot of fruit bowls, so a lot of strawberries and blueberries. I was making a lot of smoothies. My favorite smoothie is strawberries, blueberries, mangoes, and coconut water. It tastes really good. It's very filling. I would highly recommend that. That helped me a lot when I wasn't really eating. So my situation was kind of different from, I guess, a lot of other women. Other women was drinking smoothies and things like that because they couldn't eat, but for me, I just didn't have an appetite. Like food was just a total turn up. Like I didn't have no desire to really eat anything, so that's why I was eating a lot of fruit and smoothies. Another thing is that one thing I noticed is when I did actually eat food, which was another turn off, was that I felt really heavy. Like, you know that feeling when you eat too much and you just feel really heavy and just like gross? That's how I was feeling most of the time when I was eating actual food. So that was another reason why I was leaning more towards my strawberries and, you know, just fruit and smoothies as a whole. I was eating a lot of string cheese, mozzarella string cheese. So I was having the smoothies, the string cheese, the fruit bowls. What else was I having? I really wasn't eating much at all, but that's what basically helped me get through. Like I was snacking a lot. I did a lot of snacking. I didn't eat a lot of full meals because I don't know, I just couldn't. But yeah, as far as my prenatal vitamins, this is what I use. So I use the Vital Fusion gummy vitamins. I do like these. When I first got them, I really liked it a lot. This is actually my second bottle and it's almost gone. As you can see, I have like 2 more days left, but now I'm kind of over them. Even though they're really good, like if you're a type of person that don't like to swallow pills, and I know that pregnancy pills are very large, I would highly suggest these because they're very easy to eat. They taste good, but I don't know, at this point the sugar, they have like, they're coated with sugar, and that's kind of turning me off now. So I don't know if I bought 2 bottles of these the last time I bought it, so I might just finish them off, and I don't know if I'm going to continue to use this. Also, it doesn't have iron in it, so I don't know, you might have to take an extra iron supplement if you're using the vitamins. But I think this is a good way to go. I did enjoy, it's easy for me to eat them, and it's because they taste good, I usually don't forget to eat them, at least not too much. But I would highly recommend the Vita Fusion prenatal vitamins. As far as moisturizing, I've been using the Body Shop coconut body butter, which really helped me a lot in the moisturizing department. As you can see, most of it is practically gone, but that helped a lot. So usually what I do is I'll take a big scoop of that, and then I'll put like some sort of oil. It could be coconut oil, almond oil, whatever oil you like. I use coconut oil mainly, and I'll put a few drops of that in my palm with the lotion, and then rub it in, and then rub it into my skin, which has really been helping. As far as stretch marks, I haven't noticed any new stretch marks. I did have quite a few stretch marks before my pregnancy, but I want to see if this is going to help me with not getting any new ones, because I really don't want any new stretch marks. But obviously, you know, they say a lot of that is hereditary anyway, so we'll see about that. But currently, no stretch marks. But then again, my skin hasn't really been stretching much at this point either, so that's probably why. As far as when I was at one point, I don't know if I mentioned this, I was having, since my skin was becoming so dry, my hands were like really dry. I was getting like dry patches on my hands, so I started to use this aloe vera gel. It is just 100% pure natural aloe vera gel. You can obviously get this from anywhere. It's cold pressed organic, and I would just take a couple of squirts of this on a cotton pad and just rub it on the affected area. It really did help me and work. The patches on my hand is actually gone at this point, but I still use this for like if I have extreme itching in certain places. So I really been loving this. Have to actually get another bottle because this is almost gone. My camera shut off, but anyhow, so lastly, and shut off on the last part, but lastly, just to get knowledge, obviously throughout my pregnancy, I bought this book, What to Expect When Expecting. Everyone knows this book is super popular. This is the 5th edition that I have. As you can see, I have my little post-its, but it's a really good book. Gives you a lot of information. I haven't been reading it as much as I should, but I really do like the book. It tells you about a lot of things that you may be experiencing. It ranges from even talking about how to talk to your boss about your pregnancy, or just popping the news and how you should go about it, to just like little things that your body would be experiencing every week. But I haven't been picking it up as much as I should, but I am, like, I'm about halfway through the book. But the thing that I use every single day practically is the app. So What to Expect When You're Expecting actually have an app, and the app is awesome. Every day it actually keeps track of where you're at. So currently I'm at 17 weeks and 4 days, so it lets you know like where you're at exactly. When you first join the app, you put in your due date, and that's how the tracker kind of starts. And every week it tells you like what's going on with your baby. Like, is your baby growing skin? Is your baby getting eyebrows? So it's really interesting. It also has a community part on the app, so you can see what other women are experiencing, and they may ask questions. You can ask questions, and it's just a really great app. I highly recommend it. So that's something that I use more than a book, but I mean, they go hand in hand. It's about the same thing. So I would highly suggest the app as well if maybe you can't get your hands on a book. But as far as that goes, that is the end of my video, guys. I'm really excited about this journey. It wasn't expected, but still, this is still an exciting time in my life. If a lot of you guys follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that I revealed it on there, and also I revealed it on my birthday. So yesterday was my birthday. I am now 30, so 30, having my first child, I don't think that's that bad. And I'm really excited. As far as my tummy, I would just show you guys how my stomach currently looks now. I don't have a big stomach, like I'm barely showing, but I'm basically 4.5 weeks, but I'll just show you guys. So this is it. This is the little belly that I'm working with. Like, I feel like it looks more like I ate too much than anything else, but there is a baby in there. But anyway, I hope you guys join me in this journey with me. I will be posting a lot more pregnancy videos now about what I ate and how to style your bump. So I hope you guys will be looking forward to that. The videos will still be heavily fashion based, but obviously I'm going to pop in a few pregnancy things in there. So I hope everyone enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.